Hi, Mayor. How are you?
I'm good. How
I'm
you doing?
Andrea. I want to. You're a little low, and I'm in a big empty room. Do I have a lot of feedback, or
I
does it
can hear
sound really airy?
I can hear you loud.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Give a few seconds for folks to join before we officially start.
Hello, Andrea. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, all. Please just remain muted if you don't mind, just so that we can stay organized and orderly. Please also be considerate of your backgrounds. If you're moving, I would appreciate it if you turn your screen off, if you're not stationary.
Hello.
Good
Yes.
evening. Please remain
Good
muted.
evening.
Who was that too?
I love the mute all function.
Good evening, everyone.
Who's doing that?
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm going to ask that everyone stay muted, please. We'll do our best to just keep everybody muted. But at this time, I'd like to formally welcome everybody. Good evening. Thank you for joining. This is the second Reimagining New Jersey Zoom gathering with Ras Baraka. I'm grateful that you'll be spending the next several minutes with us to learn how Mayor Baraka plans to govern the state. During this call, we will hear from strong supporters, Janine LaRue, Councilman Frank Gilmore of Jersey City, and Camden's Mayor, Vic Kostarfin. I encourage you to continue sharing the link with others and nudge folks to join the call. My personal hope is that Ras Baraka's vision for New Jersey aligns with yours, and my goal is that you pledge your support and continue to join us. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, please email rasforgovernor@gmail.com, and that's using the number 4. So it's ras4governor@gmail.com. The chat will also be monitored, so if you'd like to do a private message to the host, you can with your name, email address, and phone number. At the end, we'll also give you this information again and tell you how you can join and support in your respective county or in your respective city. So at this time, without further ado, we're going to hear from Janine LaRue, an experienced lobbyist, social media consultant, public affairs executive, and policy strategist. She's a former deputy chief of staff under Governor John Corzine, former senior vice president of Kaufman Zeta Group, and creator of the popular podcast, LaRue's Cafe. Just recently, Janine was announced as partner of the newly formed Moxie Strategies, a premier national boutique public affairs firm. So let's hear from Janine LaRue.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing this evening? You know what I'm loving about what I'm seeing here? I love the fact when we first were talking about when we, in the waiting room, they said we had about 50 people waiting in the waiting room. And I see we are going upwards near 200 people on here. I see folks on here with collars, preachers. I see people on here who are really young folks old like me. I'm 74. I'll be 75 in a couple of months. This is an exciting night for me because I have been on the Ras Baraka train for a while now. When he first decided he was going to run, and normally I step out, I live in Trenton, but I'm a statewide figure, and usually I step out when I hear the D9 is going to show up something. But I didn't make it that day, and I was looking on Facebook, and I heard his speech, and I started throwing stuff at my computer. I'm like, what? I missed this. He announced he is running for governor. And I'm telling you, right from that start, you know, Reverend Roundtree has come to my church. My pastor is Pastor Charles Boyer. He doesn't step out supporting people for governor. He asked me 2 days ago, will you host a minister's fundraiser for Ras Baraka? So in March, we're doing a big fundraiser with preachers for this mayor. I love it because I'm looking at a diverse group. I'm looking at folks who look like me. I can pass for Black anywhere. I'm an old person. I'm a woman. I am a lesbian. I don't apologize for that. I'm an educator. I wear a whole lot of hats. You look behind me. I love this country. That is the flag. And I'm thrilled that a lot of you on here, some of you may be on here because you just want to know more. But I believe a lot of you are on here because you don't need to know nothing else other than the fact of how we're going to make this happen. So I'm not going to stay on here long. I want to hear what the other speakers have to say. I am so proud of this young man. My son is Sam Frisbee. He is a commissioner in Mercer County. As you know, most of Mercer County have signed on for Mikey Sherrill. My son stood up and said, not me. I'm not signing the letter. I'm for Ras Baraka. I'm so proud of him. And we need more people to stand up for this mayor. We need to get some of these other legislators throughout the state, get them some courage to do the right thing, because here's a man who's not just speaking to urban folks. He's not just speaking to Black folks. He's speaking to the people dealing with the issues that we are struggling with every single day at the kitchen table. So I appreciate that you asked me to come on. Thank you so much. Let's go, Ras Baraka.
Absolutely. Let's go, Ras Baraka. So thank you for being the first guest to help us rally the troops. We hope that you said something that they like, that they're going to agree with, that they're going to help to, that's going to push them to sign on. We're going to hear from our next supporter. He is a long life resident of Jersey City. In 2020, this gentleman ran against the party line to secure an elected position on the Jersey City Municipal Council, and he won it without question. He is well known throughout Ward F for his volunteering and successful opening of the educational Gilmore Community Learning Center. We are now going to hear from the councilman of Jersey City, Frank Gilmore. Everybody welcome Frank Gilmore. Gotta unmute Mr. Gilmore, just 1 second.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on me. Good evening, everyone. I am Councilman Frank Educational Gilmore from Jersey City. I have been supporting Ras Baraka for some time now. I'm not going to get on here and talk about his credentials because all of that stuff is public information. He have all the necessary tools it take to be governor. He have all the necessary credentials. My simple purpose on here today is to let you guys know that this is our race to lose, people. And the first challenge I want to give to everyone, it's 200 people on the line right now, 200 people. If at the next meeting, each one of us can bring 2 people, just bring 2 people, because what's going to happen is we're going to build this thing from a web. We're going to build this thing from family member and friends. The numbers say that Ras Baraka is going to be the next Democratic candidate and going to be the next governor of New Jersey. This is what the numbers say, people. Again, this is our race to lose. We don't have time to play around. We got to get with nieces, nephews. We got to register people. We've registered during my election. We registered almost 1,200 people, and that was just for Ward F residents in Jersey City. This thing is extremely doable, people. It is extremely doable. I know it's doable because the powers that be are calling me left and right. Councilman Gilmore, can we get a meeting with you? There's really no need for me to meet with you. I'm already supporting Ras Baraka for governor. I don't want to make a deal. I don't want no money. I'm supporting the right person that's going to help real people in New Jersey do things. If you look at what he's done in Newark, just from a housing perspective, to take a Section 8 recipient and make them a homeowner. I don't know where you live at, but I've never seen that done in the country. Irregardless in the state, I've never seen it done. Listen, I'm so excited, y'all. I don't think you guys understand this. I'm so excited to support my brother because I know he's going to do a great job. I can't wait for these debates. He's like, his intellectual capacity, his understanding of what's going on. I mean, this is the only candidate that can go on a street corner and then to the White House to talk to any group of individuals. He's that diverse. He has that much of an intellectual capacity. And then he have a proven track record. This is not something that, he's playing around and say we're going to. No, the man have a proven track record of advocating for people that look like us, that face real issues and challenges just like us. So I don't know what else to tell y'all. Other than this is our race to lose. It's not that complicated, people. They told you I went against the establishment. My opponent, they had $1.3 million in their elected count. I had 47,000, and I only spent 27 of it because I thought we was going to get into a runoff. This thing is doable. People are yearning for change. We want change. They've been lying to us, deceiving us for the last 30, 40, 50 years. We got this, y'all. It's simple. It is simple. If you're not excited for this historical mark, man, we have a chance to elect the first Black governor in the history of the state of New Jersey. People, roll your sleeves up and get to work. Start registering people, 17 years old, registering people who just came home, getting people acclimated who ain't voting so long. The numbers are on our side, and if we don't do it, shame on us.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm riled up. I'm fired up. Is that what they say? Yes. I'm so grateful, Councilman. I think you helped to rally the troops. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see the chat box is blooming. Folks are chatting it up right now. Fire, fire, hand claps. We believe we gonna win. Reimagine NJ. Yes, that's exactly what the purpose of this is all about. So thank you very, very much for those words. And don't forget, if you want to pledge your support this evening, please put your name, your town or your county with your email address and phone number in the chat. Do a private chat, make sure it's not going to the entire group, and we will be in touch with you. So the last speaker
Hold
that
on, excuse me. I forgot. I have one more thing, good people. One more
absolutely
thing. Listen, what we've done in Jersey City, we started the Ras Baraka, Jersey City for Ras Baraka. So everyone in a city, or even if it's just a block of people, Fifth Ave for Ras, but whatever it is, get organized with each other and find that commonality where you guys could work, because the Rise is not going to have a chance to walk through the whole state. But with all of our feet, we can accomplish this. So we've started Jersey City for Ras Baraka. I have a email chain going on. We have a database. Listen, we just got to get to work, y'all. So let's get to work. If everyone do a little, no one have to do a lot.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Councilman. Glad you added that tidbit in at the end. And I'm just going to nudge everybody to continue to share the link, nudge folks, text folks, email folks while we're on, let them know that they still have an opportunity to join and hear the good word. And Councilman Gilmore, you good?
I'm trying to mute myself. Oh,
I was reading your face.
We don't want you muted.
So now I'm going to introduce the next person that you'll hear from. This person is a pioneer. He is Mayor Vic Karstafen. He is a pioneer because he was the first to endorse Mayor Ras J Baraka as governor from the city of Newark. In May 2021, Mayor Vic was appointed as mayor of the city of Camden and was re-elected as the 50th elected to lead and serve his community in November of 2021. Mayor Kastarfin and his administration have been nationally recognized for their dedication to bolster the city's economic opportunities by creating an environment to attract new businesses, to rebuild the city's economy, and nurture the rich cultural and arts history that exists within the city of Camden. So Mayor Karstafen, where are you? We are ready to hear you get us all riled up.
Good evening, everybody. Councilman Gilmore got me hyped.
Yes.
Already excited to be here to support my brother and good friend, Mayor Baraka. I gotten the chance to know him over the last 4 years, and he's someone that I've admired what he's done in the city of Newark. I've admired him from a standpoint that it's not many people in my space that I can call friends and that can bounce things off of and get some good advice how to work and run communities similar to his community, like my city of Camden. And as you mentioned, was one of the first people to step up and support the good brother. And I come in an area where, in South Jersey, where we have a lot of folks that are trying to look in a different direction. So, for me to step across that line and support him meant a lot to me, and says how much I feel about his leadership and who he is and what he's done. I mean, he's a tireless worker. I've seen that. I've gotten a chance to see him speak at a few places in South Jersey, and the things that he's talking about and the problems that we're having in the state and throughout our state. I feel as a mayor, we understand it. As a mayor, we get to see and solve issues that mayor has solved in the reduction of crime. It's how he strengthened education in the city of Newark. As a good brother, Councilman Gilmore said, just creating home ownership. It's always consistently finding creative ways to expand on affordable housing. He's going to work tirelessly, to make our the people and us feel inclusive in the state of New Jersey. And that's what I want. I need a leader that's going to add value to our community, that's going to influence our community and do the things and ask the tough questions across the state that hasn't been asked to help the people that need to be helped. We want folks that we want to feel a part of this rise. We don't want to watch things rising around us and not being a part of that. And that's what I've seen. I've gotten to know Mayor Baraka and what he stands for. he's going to make this a more inclusive state of New Jersey, a fair state of New Jersey, and he's going to step up. He's going to be out there. As someone mentioned, he could be on the corner, he could be in the boardroom. That's the individual that we need across the state of New Jersey, and he's going to fight. And he stands for what he stands for. His commitment's been there. You've seen that 3 terms in North. The care about people is there. You've seen that. And he's been consistent. And I don't see that I don't see that across the line. The consistency of who he has been. And you want somebody that's going to be in leadership that you know who they are and they're going to be that. You need that when it comes to leadership across the line. And he's consistently shown that. And he will consistently show that. We got one time, we got one moment to make this happen. This ain't going to happen no other time. This is the time that we got to make happen. Councilman Gilmore mentioned you bring 2 people to the next meeting. I always say that 2 turns to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32, 64 to 128, 256, 512. That's how you got to build. That's what we have to do. I had a fundraiser down here in Camden. I said, good brother, come down here. We are going to raise money for you. This is how we feel about your leadership and how much we want you to be the next governor of the state of New Jersey, good brother. He knows he comes down to South Jersey, Camden, Lawnside, Willingboro, Glassboro. He has been here. I look at Ras, I called him one time, I said, brother, do you have 3 of you? Because you're everywhere. That's how much he cares about people across the state. He's willing to not just say, I got $10 million, I got $20 million, I'm going to put commercials out. This brother is getting on the ground with us. When he comes down to South Jersey and he goes up to Cape May, which is the furthest point in the state of New Jersey, and he's talking to 15 people, those 15 people will not be able to say that they spoke to other candidates that came down there. Those 15 people are going to tell other people, I got a chance to see, talk, hear this brother out. Whether I like
left my ticket upstairs.
I heard that and I felt that.
My
So that's the
sister,
type. I'm back. I'm sorry. I hit mute. I'm back. But excuse me, because moments like this get me passionate when I see a movement. And Mayor Baraka is creating a movement across the state of New Jersey. I'm in spaces across South Jersey, and I hear the whispers. I hear the whispers of, folks that I know, they see this coming and they're doing everything in their power to try to stop this momentum that Mayor Baraka is has creating across the state. So let's get out. Tell your friends, support this brother, this leader, because we need him as the next governor of the state of New Jersey. Camden got your back, and we're going to keep pushing, brother, and making it happen for you down here. Thank you.
Totally appreciate those words. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilman. And thank you, Ms. LaRue, for helping to rile up the crowd that's on tonight. Hopefully, everybody's feeling the energy, the passion. I didn't know you were so much of a numbers person. You ran those 2s down from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 and all the way to 512. And after that, 10, 20, whatever. So, but what I do want to say is rather than just 2, folks text message all the time. They have their regulars, so we can move that 2 to 10. So the charge is to invite 10 people, not just 2. 2 is good, but we want everybody to invite 10. So for the record, everybody, I need 10 people invited by each of you for the next Zoom, because it should be where we have to ask for more Zoom capacity. Right now, we're at 280 and it's still growing by the minute, because I guess some of you are reminding folks to log in. There were a lot of people that said they were coming on. And I know sometimes we forget, but it's not too late to give that nudge. So right now, we're going to hear from the man of the hour. And as I mentioned, we want my hope and goal is for you to put your support behind this gentleman that we're about to hear from. If you don't know how to join the movement, I need you to email Ras number 4 governor nj@gmail.com. Again, that's Ras number 4 governor nj.gov. I'm sorry, .com. Let me start over. Excuse me. Ras for governor nj@gmail.com. So, all right, Mayor Baraka, it's your turn.
Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate you. That's for sure. First, I just want to shout out and thank, obviously, the great Janine LaRue for getting on this call and giving us your voice, your time on this call. It means a lot to me, and the people of New Jersey, should understand and see what that means. That's for sure. I want to thank the incredible Councilman Gilmore for all his energy, all his fight in Jersey City. He tearing a roof off the place. He tore the roof off in here, that's for sure. We appreciate you wholeheartedly, man. I am truly in debt to you and the work that you're doing and for the people of Jersey City and really for the people of this state, because whatever you're doing in Jersey City is going to affect us all in the state of New Jersey. I appreciate you and I appreciate your voice, your friendship, and your endorsement. And obviously my good brother, Mayor Kastarfin down there in Camden, all the way at the bottom. We appreciate you, brother. I thank you for the love every time I come to Camden, for all of the folks that show me love, all the Lawnside community. I know that's on here, because wherever I go when I'm in the South, Lawnside is in the building. So shout out to those folks. And, I appreciate you, brother, for your friendship. As you said, it's difficult finding friends in spaces like this. So I appreciate you and your camaraderie and your partnership. But I know it's very difficult to come out and endorse in a governor's race like this when the pressure is on. So I appreciate your courage in this time. In fact, Maya Angelou said that out of all the virtues, that courage was the most important, because courage allows you to practice all the other virtues, brother. So I thank you for that. And I appreciate you. I'm here in Paterson, New Jersey, whether y'all know that or not. Shout out to all of the good people of Paterson. I just came from the barbershop down the street talking to some good people in the barbershop, a standing room only crowd in the barbershop, about our desire to be the governor of the state of New Jersey. And I say our because our represents all of us. I told them that they're not just afraid of me. It's not me that they care about. They're afraid that I'm gonna bring all of y'all with me. That when I say I'm the governor, you the governor, they're afraid that I'm gonna bring you. They'll be cool with me if I just came alone. They see you when they see me. So that's the problem. They see you from Newark, from Paterson, from Camden, from Jersey City, from Trenton. They see all you folks from Lawnside, from Camden, from Bridgeton, New Jersey, from places in Warren County. They're afraid that we're gonna bring everybody down there, and we are. So they're not afraid of me; they're afraid of us. But I just want to thank the folks from Paterson. I'm here at our headquarters in Paterson, New Jersey, because we have a headquarters here in Paterson that just opened up. And all of the folks out here in Passaic County that's on the call, make sure you find your way to this headquarters in Paterson and be a part of what's going on out here in Passaic County, because we're going to win Passaic County. That's for sure. 100,000%. You can bet on that. And we're going to win this primary. And when we win the primary, we're going to build a statewide coalition this state has never, ever seen before. People are afraid that because Donald Trump became the president, that New Jersey has moved further and further to the right. I tell you this, I don't believe it. The devil is a liar. That at the end of the day, we're going to organize every block, every community, every barbershop, every bar, every lounge, every beauty parlor, every nail salon, every pool hall and living room and neighborhood and block association to make sure that the country knows that New Jersey is democratic and that we believe in our democratic values, that we can't fight extremism with moderation, that we're going to go hard and we're going to go home. That's what's going to happen in New Jersey. that we're going to build housing for everybody in this state so that they can afford it, that we're going to reduce the cost of healthcare in this state, that we're going to build an economy that all of us can be a part of, no matter our language, our neighborhood, our religion, how we identify, that we're going to do it. We're going to protect people in our communities. We're going to make sure all of our kids have access to decent and quality education, and we're going to protect the immigrants in our community. We're going to fight segregation in our neighborhoods and fight inequity in our community. And we're going to make sure when we talk about a New Jersey and a democracy that is wealthy, that is excelling, that we're talking about everybody's family. I told them down the street, the problem with the folks around here is they have a myopic, a small view of what New Jersey or American families look like. I'm here to tell you that if you look on this Zoom call, that this is what American families look like. American families, we eat cornbread and collard greens, black-eyed peas, and Hoppin' John. We eat crab cakes, and French fries. We eat mango and plantanos. We eat black rice and conch. We from all over the place. We got kids in college and kids that are incarcerated. We got family members that go to charter school and public school. We got people that are doctors and teachers, bus drivers, and work as waitresses in a local restaurant. We got people who just came here 2 minutes ago and people who've been here for 200 years or so. And that's the reality of what American families look like. And we got to stop governing for a few families and govern for all of our families. And I know some of y'all believe this ain't possible, but I'm gonna tell you a secret. We're gonna win. We're gonna win because we have the power of the people. These folks are the party's choice. We the people's choice. And that's just the reality. And I don't care who they bring up, how much money they have, how many times they march people around your neighborhood and tell you this is who you got to vote for. You know who to vote for. You know who represents you, who sees you, who talks for you, who's been fighting for you all of these years. And it's time for you to stop carrying other people's water and carry your own water and your own sons and daughters to the polls. When you go to the polls, stop thinking about letters and numbers and see your daddy's face, see your son's face, see your mama's face, see your cousin's face, see your family member's face, see the faces of all the people in your neighborhood and your community. Then you will never, ever sacrifice your conviction for convenience. You got all these people around the state of New Jersey coming up with excuses as to why they can't support what we're doing, because they want to sacrifice their conviction for their convenience. They know that they should do the right thing. They know what they should be doing, but they're afraid. They're afraid. And what kind of democracy do we live in where people are afraid to do the right thing, to stand on their convictions? People ask me, oh, I just need to know what your policies are. I say, that's cool. You should be asking me my policies. But what the hell is everybody else's policies? You haven't asked them for one thing. You want to know what my policies are? Look at the 10 years that I've been in Newark. My policies are public. They right in your face. We build affordable housing because we need it. We raise people's minimum wage and make sure people are making a living wage because we believe people need that. We've reduced violence and crime by putting money into community violence organizations and making sure we reduce crime to a 60-year low. We have a guaranteed education program. We send kids to college for free. We have 2.5 GPAs and below. We had a guaranteed income program that we gave people $600 a month or $6,000 a year in order to take care of their groceries, take care of their rent, take care of their housing. This is what we do in Newark. We expanded broadband to 700 families who couldn't afford it. So when they have to work from home or when they have to go to school from home, they ain't on their phone out the window trying to steal other people's internet. No, this is what we believe in Newark. That's my policy. My policy is to make sure that kids go to quality schools wherever they are, wherever they live, that they have an opportunity, a choice to go to schools that educate their children. This is my policy. This is what I believe. I took the schools back from the state because that's my policy. What's your policy? I stood up in a state government to fight so immigrants could get licenses, so to make sure that the folks that are formerly incarcerated could vote. So there are 80,000 people now in the state of New Jersey that can vote, that couldn't vote before. What's your policy? We fought for same-day registration. We fought for 16 and 17-year-olds to vote in school board elections. Here's my policies. Stop asking me my policies. Pick up the newspaper. Look on the internet. Figure out what's going on in your state. You don't have to ask me my policies. What you should be asking me is what are those other people's policies? What do they believe in? And I told them today it's only 2 people running in this election. All of them and me. That's it. Because all of those folks are the same person, and then there's me. You only got 2 choices here. The same old, to do the same thing over and over again, or something new. We got an opportunity here to do something incredible, something fantastic, because we don't just need another governor, we need another direction. We need new energy, new voice, new ideas. We need excitement. We need the people to be involved in campaigns, because we need the state to turn in our direction. It's not enough for us to fight Trump. That's not enough for me. I need to fight poverty. I need to make sure that our families aren't starving, trying to find an opportunity to pay their rent and pay health care at the same time. It's not enough for me to fight Trump. I got to fight an economy that excludes us, that gives benefits and opportunities to everybody else but us in our community. I got to fight a school system that's segregated, where some students, are at the top 10 of the country's most pronounced or prominent schools, where some of our schools where half the 3rd graders can't read on grade level. I got to fight a healthcare system where Black women are dying giving birth and our children are dying before the age of 1, where we don't have access to quality food, access to quality healthcare, access to decent housing. So I'm just not here to fight Trump. I'm here to fight the people in this state who want the status quo, because the status quo hasn't been for us. It's time for us to do something different. And I know in the back of your minds, people are going to say how you're going to win, that they're afraid because they've been taught year after year after year that they don't have what it takes, that you don't have the capacity, that you don't have what you need in order to be victorious, that you don't see yourself as a winner, that you see yourself as somebody who is lacking. And so you always ask yourself, what are we going to do to win? You was born a winner. We was born winning. We just have to go on and take on the challenge. We have to take our David moment. And I talk a lot about David because the battle of David and Goliath was what we into right now, with a rag and a rock, a slingshot and a rock. And I'm going to tell you this, that David fought with a slingshot and a rock, not because he wanted to, but because they denied blacksmiths in any place where he lived at. All his people could not make iron, could not make steel, could not own swords. So he had to fight with a rock and a slingshot. So he took whatever was in his hands and he fought Goliath. He fought a giant. And there's always a giant at the gate. So if you think you're going to win and avoid giants, you got another thing coming, because there's always giants at the gate. And so we need to get our rock and a slingshot. But I would tell you this, David didn't kill Goliath with the rock or the slingshot. He didn't slay Goliath with the rock or the slingshot. All he did was knock him down to the ground. God is so good that David killed Goliath with his own weapon. And the reality is, we're going to win this with the weapons they use against us. The things they use to try to destroy us, dismember us, divide us, kill us. We're going to use those weapons to destroy them. We're going to take the rock and a slingshot in our hand to expose them, to cut them down to size, to knock them down, to let people know that they're liars, that the things they're coming up with are not true, that the economy can include us all, that there's no difference between the South, the North, and the Central, that Black families and white families and Latino families and South Asian families want the same thing, that our people are fighting for inclusion all over the state, that we're trying to destroy poverty. We want kids to go to school where they don't get shot on the way to school, that we want to be able to afford childcare so our kids are not left home by themselves. We want our sons to come home to communities that they can afford and get into housing that they can be a part of. And when we get sick, we don't want to go bankrupt because we can't afford health care. That's what we want. And all communities want the same thing. We're going to expose them and make them see that they don't have any solutions to any of the problems that they come up with. That's why they keep us divided. They don't have any solutions. They tell you they're going to lower your taxes, but don't tell you how they're going to do it. Because they have lowered taxes. They lowered taxes for the wealthy by $15 billion. You ain't in that box, so they're not lowering your taxes. We're going to expose them, and I can't wait for the debate, because I'm coming to the debates with a rock in my back pocket and a slingshot in my front. And I'm going to whip it out in the middle of the debate, and I'm going to knock people down and cut them down to size in the middle of the debate. And when we get to the end of the election, I'm going to take the sword that they brought to the debate. That means the money that they have, the commercials that they use, the gossip that they spread, the foolishness that they create, the lies that they drum up, all of the things that they use to try to dismember what we doing. I'm going to use those things to get us across the finish line. And we're going to win this primary. And when we win the primary, it's the first time in New Jersey where we're going to really have a broad-based coalition led by those who need to lead it. I'm tired of being in the broad-based coalition and carrying the water. I'm tired of being in a coalition and got to sweep up the floor. I'm tired of being in a coalition and got to wash the dishes or do security for the people outside or drive the cars or pass out the literature or ring the bells or walk down the street or come out and yell at the rally or speak at the event. I want to be in charge of the coalition. I want to lead the coalition. I want to be in front of the coalition. It's time for us to open up the door and say, this is what we want. And if we can do that, and I know we can, we're going to have the best, the strongest, the most sustainable coalition across this state, period. We can't have a state that spends less than 1% of its dollars on Black and brown communities, on Black and brown women, because that's what it really is, because it's Black and brown and women businesses get the less resources of the state. So it's really Black and brown women. You don't care about our women means you don't care about our families and you don't care about our children. If you're spending less than 1% of the resources there, you don't want to see our communities grow. That can't happen. We got to change it. No matter where you are, whatever county you live in, you need to make sure that that is changed. And my county is less than 1/2 of 1%. It's a terrible and shameful data point that the state has, that the county has, that we have to fix in New Jersey. And the first thing we got to do is what Maya Angelou says. We got to lean on our courage, lean on our convictions. We can't be afraid to say it is what we want and what we need. We can't be afraid to push democratic values the way we say democratic values should be pushed. I'm not going to be moderate. You better watch all these people because they're afraid of Donald Trump. They're going to go further and further to the right. As long as I'm not in those debates, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm not going to let it happen because we have to prove to the world that democracy works, that it works in New Jersey, that we can build wealth and take care of the least of those at the same time, that we can build housing and make sure it's affordable, that we can tax the wealthy and they ain't going nowhere because they're making too much money, that we can take care of the neediest folks in our family, that we don't have to steal from the poor and give to the rich and put the bill on the middle class. We can do that in New Jersey. We can prove to them that we can take care of our migrants and the immigrants in our community and take care of working people at the same time. We can raise people's wages and make sure businesses don't go out of business and make sure families have opportunity. We can do that right here. We can reduce violence in the city without violating people's constitutional rights. We don't have to beat people randomly or kill people at traffic stops for cigarettes and reduce violence and crime at the same time. Trump was wrong when he said all he needs is an hour of the police to go crazy. That's the foolishness that we know doesn't work. You know how I know it doesn't work? Because we've done the opposite in Newark, and it works in Newark. The last thing I want to say is that you have a bunch of people, well, not a bunch, it's just one, like I said before. They're talking about they're going to do things that they have no proof of ever doing. They have no receipts to prove that they've ever did any of these things. You want people to run a multi-billion-dollar budget who ain't run a $1,000 budget. These people ain't never run a lemonade stand, never mind $1 million, billion-dollar budget. You talking about people who've been in the state legislature for 4 or 5 years, and you want to give them the keys to the state house. These are people who don't see you, who don't understand you, and who do not have the business acumen to even run a government. You want folks, because they're millionaires, because that's what we're talking about, a millionaire class of people who got the money and now they want the power. I guess they like that song, Money, Power, and Respect. They think if they get the money, they will get the power. But the reality is they got the money, they can't have the power. The power belongs to us. We control which way the wind blows. And they can't have everything. They don't have any receipts. They can't build affordable housing because they never did it. They can't make your community safe because they've never done it, right? They can't reduce your taxes because they've never done it. Ask them when this has ever happened. When have they ever done any of these things? Ever, never. I'm telling you that a vote for us is a vote for us. That if you make sure that Ras Baraka gets in the state house, you can bet your bottom dollar that everything that you think is important, the issues that weigh on your head and on your mind every single day are the same issues that weigh on me, that we'll be down there in the state house dealing with these problems as much as we possibly can, day after day after day after day. And so what do we need? We need you to get out here and get 10 or 15 people to come to this meeting. We're going to do this every single month. We're going to do it every single month. And we need you. We're going to do it maybe more than once a month. And we need you to bring people on it. We need to get to a point where we have 5,000 people on this Zoom. Can we do that? I think we can put 5,000 people on this Zoom. We can make that happen across the state of New Jersey. It's easy for us. There's about 300 people on here now. If all of us get 10 people, we already at 3,000. We could get 5,000 people on this Zoom of all nationalities, all backgrounds, all zip codes, all communities. We can get people on this Zoom right away, and we will scare these people half to death because they are hoping for a party apparatus. They're hoping that if they put up enough billboards, if they put enough television ads out, if they put enough mail in your mailbox, that somehow it will convince you to call their name. But they ain't never coming to your neighborhood. They ain't never coming to your block. They ain't never coming to your building, to your barbershop, to your beauty parlor. They ain't coming. But I bet you're going to see me and the people with me. We coming to your block, rain, hail, sleet, or snow. We're going to be down in your community organizing you. Why? Because that's the way we're going to win. And you can't knock down the walls until you blow your trumpet as loud as you can. And we're going to make sure we heard in every corner and nook and cranny of this state. But I need your help to be able to make this happen, y'all. I need your help. I need you to put pressure on your local elected officials. I need you to put pressure on your local council people, on your local committeemen, on your local mayors, because they want to go with the party. But I'm going to tell you this, the party ain't get them elected, you did. They want to go with those individuals. The individuals ain't get them in office, you did. I want you to talk to them. You don't have to be mean to them. I just want you to talk to them. Ask them who they supporting and tell you why. Why are you supporting this person? What's their agenda? How are they going to help our city? What have they done for the community here? How many times they've been to our neighborhood? I want you to ask the people who've endorsed these people. I want you to hold them accountable and make them understand that you want a governor that's different than what we've always been used to. You want a governor that's closer to you and closer to your problems so they're closer to your solutions. That's what you want. I need you to hold these people accountable because we're going to win. We're going to win. And there are going to be a lot of people when the primary is over who are going to try to figure out what just happened. The state is going to be quiet. They're going to have all these talk shows and newspapers and blogs trying to figure out what just happened in this state. And I'm okay with them taking me for granted because I don't want them ever to see me coming. Because by the time they realize I'm up on them, it's going to be too late by then. We're going to have taken everything. And that's exactly what I'm cool with. I'm good with them underestimating me, with them having conversations that saying we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have the money, we can't win. Because they always said that about me. They're going to walk past the living room, go through the kitchen, walk past the day room, the back porch, and I'm going to be in the backyard tending to the sheep. They're going to forget about the boy in the back tending to the sheep because the boy in the back tending to the sheep ain't dressed properly. He don't talk properly. He don't got the qualifications in their mind. They don't have the right titles. He wasn't endorsed by the right people in order to get the job. But the great thing about that is that we know how that story ends and we know who wins in the end of that story. The people win and we in the backyard tending to the sheep, and it's time for the sheep herders to put on their crowns. God bless y'all. I thank y'all for getting on this call with me today. I look forward to coming to your communities and engaging you wherever you are. I pray that you have events in your house, events in your backyard, events in your community places so I can come visit. I was in a thrift shop, an eyeglass store, a pool hall, a barbershop, a beauty parlor. So don't be modest about what you have. I will surely come there and speak to anybody. And like Mayor Kostarfin said, even if it's 15 people, I'll come speak to those 15 people that you have. But God knows we need you to get involved and get engaged, get excited, and turn this thing upside down. Godspeed.
Thank you, Mayor Ras J Baraka, the next governor of the state of New Jersey. Thank you, thank you. Is everyone fired up and ready to go? Are we ready to win New Jersey? Are we ready to reimagine the state of New Jersey with Ras J Baraka as our governor? Please do not forget to sign up with your email address. Please do not forget to donate. And in 2 weeks, if this meeting is bi-weekly, please send it out to 10 more folks so that we can overload Zoom with reimagining Ras Baraka for governor. We fired up and we're ready to go. Because when he becomes governor, we become governor. I love you all. Peace and blessings. Thank you to all of our guests, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.